Welcome to the Superpod Hero Cast. NerDebate 3. This time, it's personal.
Hello, TSPHC Army, and welcome to Nerd Debate 3. This time it's personal. I'm not going to try and do the voice this time because, as you just heard, the wonderful John Bailey was so gracious to give us that recording of him doing that. John can be found on Instagram at Epic Voice Guy, all one word, all lowercase letters. He does a lot of great voices. He does videos multiple times a day. Go check him out and give him some likes and some love. Okay, welcome everybody. Hopefully this time it's recording in grid form so we can see everybody right now. We're gonna trust the process that this was set up the right way. Well, I'm gonna go from my left top down for me. So first up is
Which means
Florida
nothing
Zone.
does.
Yeah, I know. Florida Zone, Chuck Nickerson.
Oh, that's me. See, that's completely a different order than I have on my screen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And then to my right, it is co-host with me on the Superpod HeroCast. That's one Mr. Todd Panic.
Why, hello.
Below me is my
Wait, what?
wonderful
Phrasing.
Hello. We're off to a good start. Is my brother Colin Ryan.
Oh,
Well,
hello.
it just got that much weirder.
Boy. And then my forever dance partner, Shannon Tompkins.
Hi.
The only person who can teach me how to dance.
That's right.
So we don't need to really go over any of the rules. You all know what we're here to do, trounce each other with our nerd knowledge. And before we can do any of that, we need to figure out what order we're going in. And I just happen to have an extra game here.
Oh, good
Oh,
Lord.
wow.
Does it involve chocolate bars again?
No, it does not. This is called Hemsworth, Pine, Evans, or Pratt. Which Chris said that?
Wow.
So is it quick draw McGraw?
Yeah, yes.
right.
So I'm going to read a quote, and you have to tell me which one of the Chris's said it in. If you want to try and guess the movie too, you can go right ahead. Okay, they're going to start easy and get harder as we go
Wait,
along.
Hemsworth.
That is
Pine.
what she said.
Hey.
Hemsworth, Pratt, who else?
The Chris's: Hemsworth,
Wait.
Pine, Evans, Pratt.
And Rock.
No.
How dare you?
Who the hell is Chris Evans?
Whoa.
Get out.
Which
Get
one?
out. Get out.
He's the boring Captain America.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay. All right. So we're going right off the
What
start.
on
Okay,
earth does
let's
that
go.
make
Let's
Reb
fight.
Brown?
Oh, God. It tastes so bad.
Hit the table. Hit the table. When you're
Okay. The first quote is, I'm going to blow that nutsack of a chin right off your face.
Pratt.
That's Chris Pratt.
Right.
That would be Shannon. Got that one. Okay. The next one. If you start crying, I will have to pretend to cry.
Pine.
Nope.
Hemsworth.
Nope.
Pratt.
No, we already did him.
Oh, Evans.
So that leaves.
Oh,
There
Evans.
we go. Todd got. Oh, good. Todd got his buddy.
Was that Fantastic Four?
That is not Fantastic Four. That is the wonderful movie The Gifted,
Okay.
or not The Gifted. Sorry, Gifted. It's with him and Grace McKenna. Very
So
good
we're
movie if
not
you have not seen it.
all- Okay.
Oh,
Right.
it's
So we're
funny that
not-
you thought it was all superhero movies. That would make it a lot easier, wouldn't it? Because that would be I could do this all day.
Evans. Oh, sorry.
No, it was
Okay.
actually Evans.
Okay.
The other one
The
to
other one.
himself.
All right.
How many
all right.
questions are there?
There's 4 because there's 4 people
130.
we're trying to figure out. Oh
Well,
my God,
you never
Charles.
know. I mean, you keep
Charles.
changing things every year. I'm
This is-
focused.
Focus.
I'm here.
So
Okay.
much for the rules being the same.
The next one is I have dire plans for destiny.
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Oh, Shannon got that one.
Damn it.
That's 2 for Shannon.
Why don't you just give up
One
right now?
one for, so it's pretty much. Oh shit! I don't have a
Suckers.
tiebreaker.
Well, let's just see what
Rock.
happens.
It has to be Rock. No.
The Rock.
No, Chris Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. Get a white friend.
It's Ghostbusters, by the way.
That was Chris Rock, by the way.
Okay. I have 50 men to fight the strongest army in the world. This is
Hemsworth.
how we
I
do
go-
it.
Oh,
Pine.
that's Pine.
Okay, so now it's a tie between Todd and Shannon.
Shannon.
Hang on a
All
second.
right.
Let me look something up here.
No, we'll do a new game. It's Chris Rock or The Rock.
Yeah.
Who said it?
That's right.
Who's the least anti-LGBTQ? No.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Yikes.
Okay, I did not plan ahead for this.
Rookie
It's
move.
it's a good sign.
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna go fine. It's gonna be fine tonight.
Mhm.
This is the only thing I didn't plan ahead for.
Oh, I just saw your hat.
You saw my what?
Not your hat. The only person wearing a hat.
There are two people wearing a hat on this call,
Technically,
brother.
Chuck is wearing a hat. But...
I don't know what Chuck is storing it there, but that's not how you wear them.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Wow.
I'm one of those guys who doesn't
Hold on.
wear hats because I don't.
If I do that, then you can't really see my face.
That's right.
That's true. I've been
Said I'm
asking
wearing
for
a
that
hat
all
because
night.
I
Okay.
am wearing a hat.
All right, I got it.
Wow.
Bullshit.
Evans.
Nope.
Pine.
Shannon won.
Damn it.
How many times is she allowed to answer?
Apparently,
Well,
enough.
first of all, it was just between.
I thought this was like Jeopardy.
It was just between
No,
Shannon
wrong.
and Todd.
Todd, you win.
Okay, so Shannon's going to go first. Todd's going to go second because he came in second. And
Whoa, hold on. I thought I get to pick who goes. No, I get to go.
are you drunk
No.
already?
No.
That's not how we did it. That's not how
That's
any
not
of this
how we've
works.
ever done it. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, whoever wins this little tiebreaker of yours gets to pick the order.
I thought we let the
No,
winner.
you get to
pick.
go first. No, last year Casey picked the order after whoever won the Who Goes First contest.
No, I feel no. I think Shannon's right. I
Guys,
think last
I
year,
just listened to NerDebate 1. That's not at all how we did it.
Guys, this is literally why dice were invented.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
he's problematic nowadays. Oh,
Take notes.
Oh,
All right, fine. I'll go first. Let's get it over with.
All right. You go first. Todd goes second. Chuck goes third. Colin goes fourth.
should we?
The
I'm
end.
scared.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, are we
Fine.
doing beers?
Yes. Now we're going to do beers. Now that we've stopped complaining about who's going.
the fact that
what
you
way.
use the verb "do" makes me think we're going to just be, shotgunning.
Shotgunning.
I knew that was I knew that was a
Oh, boy.
mistake as soon as it was out.
All right. Shannon, why don't you go first? Because you're going to go first.
Okay.
Oh no.
Todd had a blackout.
Todd, you okay? Are you okay, Todd?
Clap. Go.
Todd, is the Blair Witch there?
What?
Is the Blair Witch near you?
Todd?
Oh.
fuck.
Oh, no.
What happened?
There
Okay.
he is.
I have
Now
no
he's
idea what
changing.
happened.
Now he's changing places.
Oh my God. That was rough.
Wait.
I merely went to mute myself to be courteous.
Oh.
Why? What were you doing? Peeing?
Yes.
Is that
Maybe.
plant based?
All right. Everyone shut up. Let
Most
Shannon
beers
talk.
are.
I got a beer and I'm gonna do the, anyway, I'm just gonna go. All right. So this is called Another One.
Another one.
Because I'm probably gonna take another championship. I'm just saying.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
This is compliments of Todd, by the way, because I couldn't pick my own
Aw.
beer. So I'm gonna, I gotta give some props to Todd for
It's
picking this.
obviously Todd's wittiness too.
And what kind of beer is it?
It's an India Pale Ale, and I
Oh.
even looked it up this time because I thought that the descriptions were always on the back when you guys read these.
Not always.
Apparently, you looked them up. Shut up. So, it's an intensely hoppy American IPA. Another one has a very clean malt palate, leaving little but hoppy resins on the tongue and finishes dry and crisp.
Sounds good.
From
Who's it by?
Maine Beer Company.
Mean.
Brought us
that-
lunch.
Oh,
that we-
lunch.
It says-
Yes.
It says "Do what's right."
I thought that was I thought that was Maine because of the brown bottle with the plain label. Yeah.
Listen, Mama Tompkins will be very happy to have this after I have one sip and pronounce it beer tasting. So
Okay.
you're-
Todd, why don't you go next?
Well, I'm drinking a beer from Stillwater Artisanal Brewing Company. And as you may know, I'm not a vegan, but I do eat like one. And I'm drinking plant-based double IPA this evening.
You
nice.
mother.
Very nice.
God.
That's for you, Chuck.
No. Chuck's so mad right now.
He loves it.
Chuck, what you got?
All right, so my offering comes from Cigar Cigar City Brewing out of Tampa. They started back in 2009. They have a wide variety of beers. This one here is called it's a double IPA, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't even like IPAs anymore, but I felt that this was perfectly fitting for everything this podcast represents and me. Unpredictable varieties of hops using this nearly criminal volume combined to create a bold, citrusy double India Pale Ale brewed to pay tributes to the world's worst superhero, Florida Man.
Oh, very good.
You may win. You may
I've
win.
drank that beer. That is a delicious beer.
I saw this and I was
That
like,
beer will wrestle a gator.
well, yeah, it's got according to Melissa's scale, it's got an approval rating of 8.5.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
all
pretty
right.
high.
Yeah, so
It's
I had
out of
tossed it
50.
before I ate it.
Out of 50. All right, Colin, what are you drinking?
I am drinking. So I know in the past when we've had these remote sessions, I've shared some things from one of my local breweries, Montclair Brewing. This is from the other one, which I really like, Ghost Hawk Brewing Company out of Clifton, New Jersey.
Oh, is that
And
from
this
the
is-
brewing company that you brought me stuff from?
Apex Predator.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
that answers that question. Yes, because that's what I
Yes.
shared the other day. I know that's a very
is what I
delicious
shall
beer.
share tonight. I shall be the Apex Predator.
Oh my god, you guys! Wait a minute. Well, I also have, because we're all going
For
the throne.
I didn't
That's
know
nice.
any of those were still around.
Well, that
I've
was
been.
one
Right.
that was one that was done right at the end of season 8. So that
Yep.
was sort of a capper for
Forgot
the
I gotta open
whole
this.
run.
And I, of course, since I am the judge, I am drinking this out of a chalice as I judge you all.
Chin chin.
Cheers.
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 Okay.
Cheers.
Good
Cheers.
luck to all
Very
of
good.
you for second
Oh my
place.
god.
Shut up! I just figured out how to open it.
Shannon Tompkins, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now you can drink it. Oh,
Wait for
what
the
did you
bubbles to come
do? Oh, I'm so glad that
It's like
You
a
gotta
I'm so
self-
glad this is a video recording because we can all share in the joke at Shannon's expense.
Shannon,
well-
how do you like that IPA?
You got to actually get beer.
All she's getting
you're
is
drinking his head
foam.
right now.
Hold on, I'm waiting for it.
You stick your finger in it and spin it around, the bubbles will disappear.
Wait, really?
True.
No, not really.
Don't, Chuck. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Charles.
I just offering some help is all. She didn't like it. I'm gonna go ahead and say she didn't like it.
Oh, that
Now, to be fair, we know that's a whole lot more about Shannon's tastes in beverages as opposed to the quality of that beer.
Child, I need some sugar. I just can't. I'm
You need
gonna,
to
I'm gonna
stick
drink all
to
this
ciders,
right
kiddo.
now. I don't think it matters. I'm going to get the
Okay.
wine. I'm going to get the wine.
What you need to go get the wine?
No, she's loving it. Look at that. Are you kidding?
Why you keep drinking it? You are Data from Star Trek Generations right now. This is revolting. Another, please.
There's a okay. Oh, you guys, God Almighty. Okay.
Okay. Are we ready for question 1?
Yeah, we are.
Do we want to run through the rules because we've added some
What?
structure this year
Oh, God,
compared
yeah.
to our
Oh,
prior
you're
Nerd
absolutely right.
debates.
Michael.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
That's the voice of Michael Cherniak. We have said as our podcast daddy, runner, and overlord of Night Shift Radio with,
Yeah.
representing the person who keeps the lights on for us.
That's right.
Michael, do you remember? Do you
Not so
have
much
the-
for Todd tonight.
No,
No, I
Todd knows what he did.
that's right.
Do you have the rules?
I think I do if they're the things you sent me.
Okay.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you want
go
to read
ahead.
them? Okay. So I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to give you each 2 minutes. You can take less time than that, but you're going to be tapped out at 2 minutes. to explain your answer. Oh no, I'm sorry. 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I did
okay.
it backwards. And then there will be a 2-minute
Free for all.
free for all. But remember, don't all talk over each other because no one wants to listen to that.
Can I just
And-
point of clarification? That 30 seconds is for all of them.
No, for some of them it'll be longer, but for the
Thank you.
first couple, it won't be. Yeah.
For the ones in which you use the word elaborate when posing the question.
For those, we'll do 2 minutes. I mean, some of them will be you explain the whole thing and then quick takedown of who's right, who's wrong. You know what? I think on the fly, some of those I might change the time limits as we go.
So
For shits
last
and
year it was you were asking the
good.
question.
This is-
All of us would give an answer to
Mhm.
what the actual thing was, and then we would go back and explain it after everybody gave their answer. We doing the same thing?
Yep. So everyone
Okay.
will give their answer, and then with their explanation, and then it'll be let them fight.
Unless Casey changes it.
No, I'm not going to change that. Shut up, Colin.
And I will let you guys know once time is close. I will give you like a 15-second warning and then a time's up.
Nice.
Speech.
Thanks,
yes.
Michael.
You're welcome.
Okay, so first question. Question 1 is, what movie's direct sequel is better than its predecessor? Shannon, you are first.
I chose Aliens.
Okay. And your argument?
Oh, sorry. All right. So, okay. So my argument is this. When I was a kid, I didn't even realize that Aliens was a separate movie than Alien. I was kind of in the age group that saw Aliens on TV all the time. I think that for the longest time, I thought I kept skipping the scene where the alien pops out of the guy's stomach. I kept thinking that maybe I was missing it because you'd hear about that scene all the time when you were a kid, but I didn't realize that it was part of a separate movie for a long time. So I feel like that's like the best moment of the first one. And the rest of the first one's kind of real slow burn. The sequel moves like a Mack truck. The first movie's got, a handful of characters in it that, after John Hurts kind of dies, it's like a good hour before anything else really happens. It's good. And, but the sequel, on the other hand, gives us quite a few more characters, more danger, more death, and it moves a lot faster. I think we benefit from like a 7-year gap in the movies where our jump in movie technology in the industry is obvious. I know the 80s is not fantastic, but from 79 to 86, it's kind of quite a bit of a jump. Again, Alien is kind of a slow burn. The payoff's great, but Aliens is like edge of your seat, kind of an action horror movie that took something we were sort of already scared of and amped it up to 11. None of the Alien movies that have come after that have been as good. Aliens has like a through story. There's a theme. It's all about motherhood. And just when you think there isn't going to be another alien stomach popping moment, boom, there's this giant mother alien laying eggs in the background. And it's the ultimate action horror movie combo. The first film, the crew isn't really prepared. It almost isn't fair for them. But in this film, they are prepared. We know what they're going to get themselves into, but they have no idea that they are not going to make it through. The end
Time's up.
sequence. Stop it. Okay, fine.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Panic, you're next.
Yes. Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan is clearly better than its predecessor, Star Trek, the motion picture. So Star Trek, the motion picture comes out in 1979 and tries to make the jump from the original TV series into the big screen, and it fails miserably. It's a horrible movie. 3 years later, in 1982, when Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan comes out, it is a movie that everyone, even non-Trekkies like myself, love. It's the movie that gave us everything that came after the original series. It's epic. Ricardo Montalban's chest is amazing. And it gives us the never forgettable Khan.
You're yielding the rest of your time?
I yield the balance of my time.
Okay. Okay, so that leads us to Charles.
I went with the excuse me, Godfather 2. I know Godfather has generally been spoken as one of the greatest movies that has ever been made. But I know that Godfather 2, you're actually getting a continuation of that same story. So you could legitimately say that it was almost like Superman 1 and 2. You could have recorded it all and done it all at the same time. You're actually getting a fantastic transformation of Al Pacino's character from basically the young kid that just gets back from the military who kills the crooked cop and that mobster to the power hungry villain that he turns into in part 2. You're rooting for him in part 1, and you're almost actually rooting against him in part 2 because of that transformation. It was the first movie sequel to actually have won an Oscar. It actually had 3 of the major Oscars, and it had 6 total Oscar nominations. Robert De Niro won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for 46 minutes worth of work. Was the first guy to actually win, or first actor to win a Oscar while portraying the same character that somebody else had already won an Oscar for. It's the first movie to win an Oscar that is a sequel, with the second one and the only other being Lord of the Rings, Return of the King in 2003. Excuse me. You basically get to see how De Niro's character basically comes over from Sicily after his parents are killed as a kid, goes through the whole immigration process, the act of growing up. You get to see how the power that he brings upon himself up into the beginning of Godfather 2 takes place over from 1901 to 1960. It's been called the greatest gangster mob movie of all time, and it's been said that it's set the standards for sequels that have yet to have been met.
Time's up.
Nice. Okay, Colin, you are the last one. Go for it. You're muted.
Yeah, you gotta unmute.
I was being so polite while you were speaking. All of these are obviously terrific movies, all of which are terrific follow-ups. I think what's different about the movie that I would like to suggest, which is Thor Ragnarok, is it is a sequel in a way that I think some of these movies aren't, and it improves on its previous movie in a way some of these movies do not. Alien and Aliens are both wonderful and extremely different films. They, despite technically being a sequel, it is a reinvention of it's a whole other genre lens onto this world. Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan, arguably one of my favorite movies, definitely one of my favorite movies, is not in any way really a sequel to the motion picture. You can completely ignore the motion picture, start with Wrath of Khan, and move on from there. It does not follow on in the way a sequel should. Similarly, Chuck made the point himself that The Godfather parts 1 and 2 function as one continuous story rather than something which had potential, and then that potential was realized in a sequel. Thor: The Dark World to Thor Ragnarok is a clear improvement. It is a clear sequel which picks up existing plot threads. You will need to see Thor: The Dark World in order to fully appreciate at least the plot of Thor Ragnarok. I think it's more of a sequel. I think it's more of an improvement.
Are you yielding the rest of your time?
You didn't hear the mic drop?
Oh, wow. Okay. Michael, let's do 3 minutes. Let them argue it.
All right, 3 minutes on the clock and start.
Go.
All right.
First of all, this slander of Alien will not stand.
Oh no, I wasn't slandering. I'm not slandering Alien. I'm just
I believe you said it was boring.
Aliens.
Yeah, it's definitely not boring. It was one of the most suspenseful movies that was ever made.
Sure.
It's a haunted house film.
But if you're going to compare the two of them, I mean, I'm going to get up and walk out of the room occasionally on Alien. I can't. I'm frozen to my spot with Aliens.
But what are you in the mood for? Are you in the mood for a terrifying haunted house film in space, or are you in the mood for arguably the greatest Vietnam allegory ever filmed.
1.2 million people rated
action-packed thrills.
Godfather 2 as a 9 out of 10. 1.2 million people.
You know,
That's
you
private
talk a
people.
lot-
That's not the media.
You talk a lot about
Screw
the
the media.
awards. You talk a lot about the awards for Godfather, and you compare it to Lord of the Rings, and arguably Lord.
Yeah, but Lord of the Rings
got
is
the
Lord of the
awards
Rings.
for the
But see,
compilation of
the
movies,
Godfather.
I would
But the
argue that
Godfather movies are
got the
basically
same.
the Godfather
Basically,
movies are based on true life events. It's not fantasy that was developed in somebody's mind. The Godfather.
What was the
essentially
question again though? Was it best sequel ever?
No,
Or was
it was better than its
sequel, which
previous.
was a clear improvement on its predecessor.
But
Now,
the second one is a clear improvement on its
But you
predecessor.
guys are just
Oh,
telling me
hard
these
It was the
disagree.
first
telling me
movie. It was the first
Two
sequel to win.
genius
It was the
movies.
first movie based off of a prequel. The first prequel movie to ever win an Oscar. You have two guys winning an Oscar for the same role. First time it's ever happened. You have
But
a
what I'm
guy
saying
that
is
only
you guys are
played
talking about
46
how
minutes
good
out
they
of an
are.
almost 4-hour movie, winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
But you're talking about how good the movies are, and I'm not arguing that any of the movies you suggested are not excellent films. It's just that I think the film I have brought into
Is
this,
it really a
Well,
sequel?
but the challenge, Colin, is that your
What?
movie,
Your movie is a part of a 20
wasn't
movie string. It's not even really a
Thor:
sequel.
Dark
It's the
World
third
is a
one.
World.
They make
Yeah.
one,
Thor
then
the-
they make
Thor-
another one that's not as good as the first one. So they're
No.
like, we got to go
Yeah.
all in on the
and I
third
believe this would be
one.
why the
3.
judge, in his wisdom, put the word direct in there, not
Yeah,
the
direct.
sequel.
See,
The
but
di-
I mean,
the direct
it is a direct
sequel-
sequel of
The direct
Thor, but
sequel
is it
to Thor-
actually a
The
sequel?
Dark
Wait a
World
minute, wait a
is
minute, wait a
Thor
minute.
Ragnarok.
Is
The
it really a
direct sequel to
sequel?
Thor: The Dark World is Thor.
But that makes it
Ragnarok.
a trilogy. So
But
it's
you
the third
have
of
to
a
have seen
trilogy.
all
It
the
is a
connective
trilogy
tissue
until-
between those two movies for Thor Ragnarok to make
You mean
sense.
like you mean like the no, not necessarily.
Sure, absolutely. The evolution of all the events in the MCU, Thor's
Yeah.
30
disillusionment,
seconds.
his desire to prevent Ragnarok, which happens.
Keep your friends
Age of
close, but
Ultron.
keep your enemies
Thor
closer.
does not appear between those two films.
Age of Ultron.
Oh, Age of Ultron. That's right.
That
Yeah.
which is what sends him on his quest to avert Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
You're right.
10
Ragnarok's a
seconds.
brilliant movie.
So I mean, how
But
many
boy,
sequels of Ragnarok
connection
is it?
I don't-
Is it actually
I'm
the
not sure-
sequel
I'm not
to
sure- I'm
Thor:
not sure
The
you
Dark
need-
World, or is it a sequel?
I'm not
to
sure you need a lot of
Avengers:
material
Age
to
of
set up the
Ultron?
idea of
Which
somebody named
That's it.
Thor
That's
trying to
it.
get
20
Ragnarok.
movies is it a sequel to?
That's it. Michael, you see what I got to deal with?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay. Shannon, you're out. I'm going to start right there because it's apples to oranges.
Yes.
It's apples to oranges. It's
I hear ya.
it's horror versus action. It's and Colin, you made a lot of the things that I was going to point out. Like Todd, it is wow, the motion picture is not awesome, and Rathacon is. You can completely. It is literally never mentioned again. Even like when they
It's a
kind
direct
of.
sequel.
But it's never mentioned again. The events of that movie are never mentioned again.
I don't recall that being in the criteria.
Well, that's also gonna take Colin out. So Chuck wins, and here's why Collins goes out too. It's the fact that we start with, if you finish Dark World and then you go into Thor Ragnarok, there's a whole bunch of stuff, all the stuff in Ultron, Jane and him breaking up, all that stuff is just why Hulk is on Sakaar, all that stuff. You need Ultron to do it. Now, if you had come in and said that Thor Ragnarok is a better movie than Age of Ultron, that's a different story. But its direct sequel is no. I don't know what their direct
Black
sequel
Panther. No.
is. That the direct sequel?
Oh.
The Age of Ultron? No.
No, to Ragnarok.
Might be.
The next film after Ragnarok is
No, before
Infinity War.
Ragnarok. The one right before.
But well, whatever. I mean, I think that those
Now, everybody
subgenres exist as their own thing.
I
They're
know.
not-
You could make an
and-
argument that First Avenger to Winter Soldier, you can kind of watch those back to back and not need all the movies in between and make that. And now, if you would come in with that, we wouldn't even be having an argument. I would have said Colin won.
Spider-Man: Homecoming is the
Well, that
MCU movie that precedes
completely
Ragnarok.
does not work.
Right. So that's why I don't think that the
Yeah,
sequence
I
of the
know.
MCU really makes it a sequel. But
So first point goes to
Fine.
Charles
it's not my
for
last shot.
The Godfather Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, right? That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah.
None of you
So
guys chose
so
Empire Strikes
disappointed it wasn't Jaws the Revenge.
Oh,
Godfather 4, The Revenge.
as soon as Jaws come out of the water and he
Don't give
growled,
Hollywood
I
ideas.
was done.
Yeah, went roaring sharks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, question 2. This one's going to take a while. So we're going to do, sorry, I'm trying to read this with backlighting. Pick 4 DC characters to be on your heist team. Give team members a job in the heist, Ocean's 11 style. Bonus points for the best heist job, what you'll be stealing and how. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to give each one of you 3 minutes. And at the end of that, I may already know the answer depending on how you shape this. I have all the information in front of me. So I want passion and storytelling. I want you to sell this as best you can. I already know. I mean, I have it all right here. I have everybody's heist in front of me. Elevator pitch it to me in 3 minutes. And Shannon, you're going to start.
All right. Can you hear me? Because I kind of like sideways on my mic here.
If you could be straight on your mic, that would be grand.
All right. I got to read. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just did it with my mic straight. I'm just
Shut it. Okay. So you want me to tell you who the characters are and what they're doing first?
That was part of the question. Yes.
I'm going to kick your. Okay. Okay, so I'm the team leader and the organizer. Catwoman is our master thief and the break-in person at our first site. And the Atom is our break-in artist and technical guy at our second site. Anarchy is the demolition man spokesperson and responsible for distribution of our stolen product. And Cyborg is our tech coordinator. So we are stealing Mitch McConnell's safety deposit box key from his house, the contents of the box from the bank, and his entire savings account. This is how we're going to do it. So I am going to arrange for Mr. and Mrs. McConnell.
I think she should win right now, just based on what she's stealing. I'm so sorry.
I was in a really patriotic mood this evening that I wrote this. Okay. I'm going to arrange for Mr. and Mrs. McConnell to go out for the evening. They have been invited to a very special event somewhere in Kentucky where they're being honored for some churchy anti-abortion pro-gun rights thing. Catwoman is going to break into their house. She steals the key to Mitch's safety deposit box, which is hidden in the backing of his desktop picture of Gerald Ford. The next day, right before opening, the Atom shrinks down and slips under the door of the First Bank of Kentucky. He grows back up, and with his technology know-how, he switches off the alarm system and lets in Anarchy. Anarchy blows the safe while the Atom opens Mitch's safety deposit box, which is full of audio files, signed documents, and videos. I then deliver the files to the news station where Cyborg plugs in and takes over all media equipment across the country. Anarchy makes an announcement and plays those recordings of Mitch McConnell admitting that he in fact loves Joe Biden and all Democrats, everything they stand for, including being pro-choice, immediate citizenship for all immigrants, and federal legalization of marijuana. Anarchy then announces plans to distribute all of Mitch McConnell's entire savings account to the Kentucky public education system. The end.
and Tompkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. So that really is a fantasy.
That's
I would have added like promotion for the infrastructure bill if this wasn't too easy that I wrote.
Okay. That leads us to Todd.
all right. Well, first of all, I'd like to give my symbolic support to Shannon's heist there, but that's not the heist we're talking about. The heist we're talking about is an extension of the wonderful storyline we got in the Zack Snyder Justice League cut. And of course, the stakes are very high for the DC universe. We've got to stop Darkseid. So Batman, of course, is the brains of the operation. He has realized that his initial plan of fighting a defensive battle on Earth cannot possibly win. the only way to seize victory from Darkseid is to take the fight to him. So therefore, we've got to go to Apocalypse. And Batman, as he's proven time and time again, is the single best strategist in the DC universe, and is the one person capable of figuring out the weaknesses in Darkseid's infrastructure. Mr. Miracle is our ultimate sneak thief. He's able to bypass all of Darkseid's defenses, slip through unnoticed, and make his way into the depths of Darkseid's fortress. He adapts in the moment and evades every defense as he penetrates the fortress. Meanwhile, as a distraction, Shazam is keeping all of the parademons busy. Between his speed and toughness, he can stay in the fight as long as he has to, and he continues to draw attention away from the real action. And then finally, and the linchpin to all of this, Batman has shown Dream of the Endless that if Darkseid triumphs, he will destroy all free will. The anti-life equation will cause even dreams to bend to Darkseid's whims. And as that threatens Dream's realm, the dreaming, Dream agrees to transport the gang to and from Apocalypse in a way that Darkseid has no way of detecting or realizing. Bam, Darkseid just lost a mother box. I yield my time.
Which Dream?
Oh, that's a great question.
The Dream of the Endless.
Morpheus or Daniel?
Oh, Morpheus. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Mr. Chuck.
All right, so for this question, I have to change beers. We're going with a Boston Lager guy because I'm your cousin from Boston, because we're stealing the fucking USS Constitution out of Charlestown Navy Yard. All right. So here we go. I'm going to give you my guys.
Does that have the smart pack?
And then we're going to go, dude, don't be a smarty pants, Todd. So what I got is Aquaman. I've got Anarchy. I've got Harley Quinn, Lex Luthor, and myself. So Aquaman, obviously, we're stealing a ship. It's a very small ship, old Ironsides. It's also very fragile. It just got put back in the water. Aquaman is actually going to be summoning the creatures of the deep to move this ship. To get this ship from point A to point B, Lex Luthor is going to be creating a cloaking device or a stealth device, kind of like what he did at Superman 2 when he created the hologram of them in the cell while they were trying to get in the balloon to float away. Anarchy is going to be creating a diversion someplace outside of Charlestown to draw as many first responders as possible away from the shipyard. Harley Quinn is going to actually go onto the ship using both her, from what we've seen in her previous two movies, and I'm sure the upcoming one, her skills with fighting and her sex appeal. She is going to do something to woo the 7 Navy crewmen who are on the ship, and crewwomen on the ship. And whatever it is that she has to do, whether it be to I mean, we just look at when she was getting changed at the first, probably one of the 5 good parts of Suicide Squad, that one scene when they're all outfitting their uniform. And she's like, what? That's what she's going to do. And then she's probably going to kick all their ass. So while the ship is being moved by the underwater sea creatures, there's going to be a crew that's going to get on the ship, and they're going to start dismantling the top. Lex Luthor actually has dibs on the center mast. He wants to use it as a flagpole in his front yard. While it's being moved, they're going to, because Lex Luthor's cloaking machine is only going to have a certain amount of time, because it's obviously going to have to run on battery, it's going to be moved into the back of a ship, a rear loading ship that can be pushed right in. So that way, after it's in there, it's obviously out of sight, out of mind. From there, it is going to be continued to be dismantled, and essentially it's going to be sold for parts. So that's what we have. Anarchy is going to, like I said, he's going to draw everybody away. Harley Quinn will actually be able to take care of anybody that's on the ship and anybody that does come this way, because as we know, and from what we've seen in actual incidents that have happened in Boston, something big happens, everybody goes there. Boston is actually very, very small. It's nothing like New York. I want to say Boston is probably like a New York borough, to be honest with you. That's how small Boston actually
30
is.
seconds.
But they get everybody over there. They're going to be able to get this ship out of there without any problems. And then after it's taken apart, it's going to end up being art on somebody's wall. Thank you.
One question, and maybe I missed it when I was turning pages. What are you doing?
I'm running comms to make sure
Okay.
that we have everything going on between the four characters. I'm going to be running comms to make sure that we're in sync with getting the ball rolling and going as it needs to go to make sure everything moves correctly.
Copy that.
Oh, and from Boston.
You didn't pop it yet? Oh boy.
Well, I have to wet my palate.
Okay. While he wets his palate, Colin, why don't you give us yours?
Okay, so my 4, Catwoman. She's running the show. She's the Danny Ocean. Robin, the Tim Drake version. He's the inside man. Plastic Man, tight squeezes, long reaches, disguises, criminal contacts. Mr. Terrific, super genius, and can basically disable any tech. So, the H-Dial from Dial H for Hero has fallen into the hands of Lex Luthor. This cannot be. Lex Luthor could use it to create a superpowered army. Now, for those of you who don't know, the H-Dial can grant random superpowers for a limited amount of time. You dial hero and you get superpowers. You don't know which ones you're going to get, and you don't know you necessarily know how long they're going to last. But still, he could be reverse engineering this to create an army of his own supervillains. So, Tim Drake, Robin, allows his Robin cycle to be captured and taken to Lex's giant research LexCorp area. He then breaks in to retrieve that cycle and allows himself to be captured. Turns out he is wearing his black, red, and yellow outfit. That's not actually his outfit. He is wearing Plastic Man over his actual Robin outfit.
Oh, good.
So
good.
That's how he's
Consent.
snuck
Okay,
in.
all right.
That's how he's snuck in Plastic Man. So now when he's left alone after being captured, Plastic Man pops out, lets him free. Now we've got Plastic Man disguised as Robin and Robin running around the LexCorp facility, causing tons of havoc, being in 2 places at once, confusing the hell out of security, causing the biggest thing they've ever seen, which completely distracts from Selena Kyle, Catwoman, breaking in. That is all her plan. Breaking in with Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific, running I should have mentioned it's the Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific, running interference on all tech. Oh, by the way, it's Plastic Man's contacts as Eel O'Brien in the criminal world that have let them know who has the H-Dial. It's important to notice. So she makes her way there. She gets the dial. It's time for extraction. How are we going to get out? It was hard enough getting in. Mr. Terrific has rigged a device which will allow a one-time de-randomization of the H-Dial. Selena Kyle grants herself Superman powers, grabs Robin and Plastic Man, and flies straight out the ceiling.
30 seconds.
I think he's done. I think he's yielding his time.
That's it.
Hey, Casey, I realized I didn't share my role in my heist.
Oh, you didn't. You're right.
I didn't. So with my meta knowledge of the DC universe, I've told Batman who he needs to recruit for the team.
Oh,
Kind of
right.
Kind of a cop out, but okay.
I was going to say, isn't it too late for that?
No. I actually am the one who keeps the H-Dial in this version.
Oh,
because it was because it's always some random schlub who has the H-Dial. There've been tons of people throughout the history, so it's my H-Dial. I asked Catwoman to put this.
Is it argument time?
no argument on this one.
What?
No, I loved all of your descriptions were great. I want to see all of these so much. This is there's no need to argue because calm down, Chuck. Breathe in, breathe out. Uzma. Uzma. Okay. I'm gonna give it to Shannon because I think that is
This was really hard for me.
yeah, that was a really good one though. I do want to also point out that interesting how 2 of you had Anarchy on there. I wonder how some of you knew who Anarchy was.
Where'd you learn about Anarchy, guys?
Yeah, what couldn't possibly be from the game you tried to set up to make it look like an idiot on my own podcast.
Oh, actually, I hadn't. I was researching. I was researching obscure characters, and I have to give Anarchy total credit to my wife. And I forgot to mention in my argument via Todd Cop Out that the reason why Anarchy is on the team because he is very anti-government. He's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
So when
Sure
it
is.
came time to steal
Witness-
a national monument,
Sure.
Anarchy was like, "Oh, pick me." So I apologize that I didn't throw that into my argument. I completely spaced it, and it's written down and everything. But I
No
also
worries.
have to point out too that Shannon and I are the only
so I guess we
people
are
that have
arguing.
original work. No, I'm just throwing it out there.
Original work. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, you
that's
guys,
true.
Todd basically just did I don't know, Justice League 2.
Yeah, that's
I'd
why I
watch that-
wasn't going
I'd
to pick
watch that
Todd
movie.
because I'd watch that movie.
Yeah. So,
So Todd just did Justice League 2 and kind of changed the guys around a wee bit.
he's up there from Boston.
Mine's
Yeah,
not based on
Anarchy's a
anything.
social issue guy.
No, it's not, but it wasn't. However, it's
I think they.
Dude,
I think he
I
means
I
that
love Dial
it's
H
straight
for
comic
Hero.
book stuff. It's straight like something that would happen or you would read in a comic book because everything that you guys did involves stuff already in the comics. There is nothing that said that McConnell likes gay men, and there is nothing about anybody ever stealing the USS Constitution.
I don't think
So,
Shannon said anything.
Isn't
about
that what
McConnell
Shannon
liking
said?
each-
That anarchy announced in the letters in the audio recordings? It was kind of like
No, he's
that's not what she said?
I would
Pro
bet
Oh,
you
he's
a
pro
solid,
gay. Yeah, so he likes gay people.
but he doesn't.
I would-
Okay.
I would bet you a
Phrasing?
solid $10 that somebody has
Phrasing?
stolen the USS Constitution
love
in
you,
the
Chuck.
80+ years of superhero comics. I can't figure out where it is, but I'm sure it's
maybe.
happened.
I'm sure it's happened. Okay. Regardless of all that, Shannon wins
Yes.
the point. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That brings us to question 3. We're going to go back to what did we have before for question 1?
No,
What was the
question
time
one.
limits?
2 minutes.
30 seconds.
The 30 seconds to say your answer, 2 minutes to debate it.
Okay.
right.
So
Or
let's
to
go back to
justify.
that for this one. So 30 seconds per person. We're going to start with Shannon. And the question here is replace an MCU character with a non-MCU actor, Marvel only. So for the listening and watching audience, hello on YouTube, that means you can take somebody from any of the Sony, Fox, Marvel movies. It cannot be one that was done under Marvel Studios, Disney.
Does that mean
And-
Red Brown's off limits?
You son of a bitch. And you put them in a part in an MCU role. You'll get it in a second when people start talking, but I just wanted to give a quick overview because there was maybe 1 or 2 of you that were very confused by this question.
Yeah.
So Shannon, go ahead.
All right. My pick is Emma Stone from the Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man Spider-Verse to replace Natalie Portman as Jane Foster in the Thor movies.
Oh, Todd is offended.
I'm sorry, Todd. I am sorry because though we love Natalie Portman, we don't love her in this one and only this one part. I mean, you have to admit she's kind of phoned it in all of these, in all her appearances when she's showed up at all. And though they're both award-winning actresses, Emma Stone is man, she has this amazing ability to kind of no matter who I hate to put her in like a boyfriend girlfriend kind of role, but whoever she's with, she kind of like always ups the relationship status in an incredible way. I could have watched her and Andrew Garfield in many movies, despite whether or not those movies were good or not. I could have watched her and Andrew Garfield forever. And then anytime her and Ryan Gosling show up on the screen together, I could watch the two of them forever. I feel like she's the kind of girl who acts like she doesn't know or realize how truly gorgeous she is. She's kind of got this squirrely, klutzy, innocent side that kind of reminds you of like cartoon Anna from Frozen. I feel like my point is that she makes any couple look better. I think
30
that she
seconds.
was given the performance that we were kind of all looking for. And I think she also would have been a really great like partner with Kat Dennings and Darcy Lewis. She would have done everything that we would have wanted her to do that Natalie kind of hasn't done for us, despite how much I adore her. And that's it.
Okay. Todd, go right ahead.
Yeah, I think our timer's 30 seconds, right? For this.
I
Yes.
thought we were doing like before 30-second for answer, 2 minute for justification.
No, 30-second is for each individual answer, then 2 minutes is the group when we go
Is-
into the slugfest.
See, I wasn't even paying attention to how long things were taking. But yes, Todd's right. Sorry.
Okay.
That's on
That's
me, Michael. I'm sorry.
No,
So
we're
30
good. I
seconds
got
for their
confused.
answer.
I went really fast though. That was fast for me.
Well,
Oh, I swear to God.
Must be the IPA.
That's
Right.
debatable.
All right.
okay. Go ahead, Todd.
All right.
30 seconds on the clock.
In the Incredible Hulk, we had a peripheral character that those comic fans recognized and hoped for more. So Ty Burrell portrays Dr. Leonard Sampson, who is
10 seconds.
Betsy Ross's boyfriend after Bruce has left. So we're going to throw him out. And instead, we're going to replace him with Brad Pitt, who
Time's
brings
up.
the right mix of.
Time's up.
That was 30 seconds.
That was 30 seconds.
It's
Doc
shorter than you
Samson.
think.
Well,
Son
you
of a
said
bitch.
I for about 12 of those. So
I don't think that's right.
That
Okay.
was 30 seconds. Don't argue with Michael. He knows what he's doing.
Sorry, not
Why
Michael.
he's
I'm
here.
not arguing with Michael. I'm arguing
Yeah,
with
it's not me. I'm not. This is all I'm doing and listening to you. I only have one job this year, and I'm liking that. Aside from
So
screwing.
you were
up.
saying you're not drinking?
No, I am not drinking.
So you're doing 3 things.
Okay.
choose wisely.
All right. So next is Charles.
Okay, so this came to me watching Thor. I was sitting watching. I love Heimdall, most underrated character in the MC universe. Idris Elba, I would watch him read the phone book. However, I was thinking about who could take his place. First thing that popped into my head was Wesley Snipes, and this came into my head because immediately upon thinking Wesley Snipes, I thought of Blade. They are very
10 seconds.
they are kind of the same, imposing, big guys, very soft-spoken, carry a sword literally, and he's already got the superhero chops.
Time's up.
Nicely done. Okay, Colin.
Famke Janssen of the Fox X-Men films swaps in as Black Widow. The former Bond girl becomes the world's greatest secret agent. The end.
Oh, you pissed off half the crew
Holy
here.
shit.
Yeah.
All right, get
What?
ready. 2 minutes, go.
No,
Listen, don't
absolutely.
be mad just
Oh,
because the
absolutely not,
DC
Colin.
universe hasn't got it figured out.
No,
Don't go
Femke
messing
Janssen. I
with
love
ScarJo.
Femke Janssen.
Wait a minute, wait a
but
minute.
Scarlett-
Only one person at a time attack Colin.
Oh, no.
Well, don't
I
let
don't
Todd
know.
say it. He's going to use up 12 seconds. Just
Oh,
saying,
There,
How
there was
dare
no
you.
there was no criteria that said we didn't thoroughly enjoy the performance of the current actor.
No.
We're just
No,
swapping in
she's-
for an interesting change.
No.
Yeah,
And
just
I
wouldn't-
think
wouldn't
ScarJo's
work.
not.
Famke Janssen would make
Scar-
a fucking
No.
fantastic.
ScarJo basically is the comic book recreation of.
The
No, not
challenge with
particularly,
the
actually.
challenge with all of your picks is you guys all picked great actors portraying the characters well. You had to
Todd, you
find-
picked a guy nobody
Oh,
even
that's
knows who
not
he
true.
is.
yeah, because when Brad Pitt
Oh,
steps in,
Todd.
then we
Come
get
on,
Doc
But
Samson.
it wasn't this guy.
with
Which
the muscles and the long
Todd.
hair and the
It does-
charm. Oh yeah,
I,
Doc
but
Samson
I
in the
I don't
comics.
even
Brad
know
Pitt
who
could have
it
been
is
in
you're
it, and I
talking
still
about.
wouldn't know that he was in it. Kind of
Exactly.
that
That's
sounds
okay.
like the
No.
Brad
Because
Pitt role that he
once
played
we
in
cast
Thelma and
Brad
Louise.
Pitt as
You don't
Doc
know that he's in
Samson,
it until somebody
then we're
tells you
getting
he's in it.
superpowered
I
Doc
don't-
Samson.
I don't even remember who
I
Shannon
know, I
said she
don't
was
either.
using. She wasted, but Shannon got 3 minutes for Christ's sakes. How is
This
this
is true.
fair?
That's true.
Famke
But all I
Janssen
had
And
to
she
do
still had the worst answer.
I
I
don't
just
even
wanna
remember
point
who
out-
it was, to be honest
Yeah,
with
but
you.
you know what, Chuck? I'll explain because all I have to do is say.
No, you already did it for
all I
3
have to do is
minutes.
say
We ain't got
Jane
that kind of
Jane
time.
Foster and who
How
cares?
dare
Oh,
you.
that's right. That's
How
right.
dare
You
you.
took Natalie Portman out. Forget it.
Jane
You've already.
Foster,
That's
God of Thunder.
Nope.
How dare
Good.
you?
You know-
oh my God,
Later.
you guys! Isn't
No.
she like on like every list?
and I
of what's-
absolutely
this is
adore.
bad casting.
I absolutely adore.
30 seconds.
Who you said you were going to
Casting.
replace her
You
with.
know that I know,
adore her,
but
but
you know it's
absolutely
bad
not.
No,
casting.
and
No,
and
it's not fantastic.
replacing
It was-
Idris
Bad
Elba as
casting.
Heimdall.
Bad casting.
I
Why-
told you.
know
I
this.
even gave you
That's
the
not
Idris Elba
necessary.
that I love him. I'd watch him read the
Chuck.
phone book.
Then why would we
However,
replace him?
It's not
Wesley
necessary,
Snipes
though.
could
We-
do it.
Ty
Wesley
not
Burrell
The
does
only-
nothing. Doc
The only
Samson,
thing,
Brad
the
Pitt.
only thing that
Idris Elba is
ScarJo,
not
Wait,
necessary
wait. Let
replacement.
Colin say
the only
thing.
thing that
No,
the
Colin's
only
out.
thing that ScarJo doesn't bring is the fact that she is so thoroughly American, and at least a Dane is
Time's up.
European.
If she was a,
I have a
wasn't
lot more to
spy,
say.
maybe that would.
I think you should
make
give us
sense.
each
Thumbs
30
up.
more seconds.
Well, everybody shut up.
I don't shut up. I
This
grow
is
up.
why Casey loves nerd debate.
No, I got to think for a second here.
We got to give us each a couple seconds
Shannon, you're out. Shut up.
on our own.
No,
Oh,
Shannon, you're out. You were out the instant you said Natalie Portman is a bad actor in these movies. This
I
is
didn't say
arguably
bad
some of the
actor.
best work she does.
You kind of did. You kind of did.
You did. You said she was boring.
Yeah, you
said
said she
was boring.
mailed it in
She's-
before she got there.
She's
That's saying she's a
fantastic in
bad
all
actor.
these movies, and
Come
she's
on,
going to be
how
great.
much do you want to see Brad Pitt as Doc Samson?
I
I
don't.
don't even know
I
who
did a
Doc
lot of
Samson
homework
is.
on
Oh,
this.
you will once Brad Pitt.
No,
plays him.
no, but no.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It
I'm gonna
really
form- I'm
okay.
gonna
That might be
form
more
a
to do with
prejudice.
Brad Pitt than Doc
Michael,
Samson.
help me
I'm
out
sorry.
here.
He's a
Wait a
great
minute, hang on.
character.
Did I not say everybody shut up? And yet you're all
Yeah,
talking.
absolutely.
I'm
Did you
so
say-
confused.
Shut
What
up.
the fuck is happening?
I'm gonna mute myself because I can't even.
Todd, you're also out
Oh come on.
because yeah, like Chuck said, we
We're
never
playing the
saw
long
it,
game here. Then we get a
but
a
it never
Doc Samson
happened.
movie.
It never happened. If Ty
It hasn't
Burrell had
happened
continued,
yet.
no, he's not coming back, buddy. Let it go. He's dead.
No.
So that puts it down to Colin and Chuck. Now, full disclosure, I won't say who, but Chuck had a different person in this role originally. And he came to me just a couple days ago with this, and I thought this would be an interesting argument. My only problem is I've never seen Wesley Snipes play this kind of stoic that Idris Elba is so good at. And you know, yes, nobody here except for Shannon said that the person playing the role already was bad. But however, I mean, Colin came in with that last bullet shot of she would do it with a Russian accent.
Nat is a spy. We shouldn't know that she's Russian.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be so good. You're not supposed to know who she is or where she came
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, but
So, I mean, can
Turn it
Femke
on and
Janssen
off.
Your
speak in a
process of
perfect New
elimination is
Jersey or
flawed.
normal American
wait,
English?
do I have to say the thing I said during the first one?
He's
Who's
going to tell us
judging
to
this
shut up
fucking thing?
again.
All right. It is it's Colin. It's Colin. Famke Janssen is wonderful. She should have a bigger career than she does. She was completely wasted in the X-Men movies. I will say that. Now, again, I'm not saying Scarlett Johansson is bad. She's wonderful, but it's kind of like Todd when we talking about almost cast stuff, and I'm like, I want to see the alternate universe where that happened.
No.
Yeah, it's like it's
no.
in a world where the MCU got off the ground in like 1995 or 6. You know.
Hey, and
So
then
all the fan casting that happened in Wizard magazine, all of
Exactly.
that.
yep,
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. That's exactly what happened.
With what's his name? Who is the guy? No, never mind.
Bob
Go on.
Hoskins as Wolverine.
You know what? I kind of wanted to see Bob Hoskins
I would
as Wolverine.
I would pay real hard,
Who's the
cold
guy
hard
that-
cash to see
Casey
Bob
and
Hoskins.
Colin.
as
Who's the
Wolverine.
guy that your mom
Only if he's
thinks I
going to
look
carry a
like?
cartoon gun with talking bullets.
Dodie? No. Who's the guy that your mom thinks I look like? Never mind.
I've
You
never
look
heard
like
her
the
say
guy
this.
from
Aubrey's
Django
husband?
Unchained,
No, it's
Oh.
because you do look like Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
no, yeah, not this. No, not this. No.
No, you.
We
just-
we were talking about just a couple episodes ago. You're never mind.
Todd. I
Yeah.
data dumped that
That's
already. I don't
fine.
remember what we talked about. Come on, man. All right. So right now, Shannon has a point. Chuck has a point. Colin has a point.
Ridiculous.
You're doing this on purpose.
I'm not doing anything on purpose. You shut your goddamn mouth. If you know what's good for you. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna
Um.
come over to your house right now. I'm texting your wife.
Have a good time.
She's asleep.
It's a threat. Oh
Yeah,
my
she's fast asleep.
He's
Okay.
asleep.
Question 4. Who is the best sidekick? Now, originally, this was brought to us by Mr. Corey Hopkins, and originally it was best Robin. Some people on the screen right now had a little trouble with that, not knowing the history of Robin as well as others on here. So we decided to expand it to best sidekick. Some people stuck with, the Bat family, as you will hear in a second. And first person we're going to hear from is Shannon.
Okay. I picked specifically Michael Caine as Alfred in the Nolanverse Batman. I never thought of Alfred as any more than a butler because my only experience with Alfred
15
was
seconds.
Michael Gough and Alan Napier. I think that what makes him the best, truly great sidekick is that he is not interested in being a hero. His sole purpose is to serve and protect Bruce Wayne's interest, and that there's no competition between the two of them. He's not looking for glory.
Time's up.
And that's it.
Because Michael said so.
Michael says-
Okay, Todd, go ahead.
All right. From the Marvel Comics, James Rhodey Rhodes is the best sidekick to Tony Stark. So he's his right-hand man, confidant, trusted advisor, so much so that when Tony can no longer perform as Iron Man because of his battle with the demon in the bottle,
15 seconds.
Rhodey steps in and assumes the role of Iron Man, but lets no one know until he it accidentally reveals himself by removing a gauntlet, and the West Coast Avengers see his black hand. He's not a lesser than, he's the perfect companion and
Time's up.
sidekick.
Charles.
Sam Wilkin Falcon from the Marvel Universe. He's a Air Force pararescue PJ guy. He's got all the skill sets that you possibly could need for a guy who has any type of combat skills. He's got all of it. He's the guy that actually goes in to rescue
15
Navy
seconds.
SEAls during their bad stuff. He helped Cap find Bucky after defeating Hydra, remained loyal to Cap to the end, was handpicked to carry the shield, to which he actually said, "It's not mine, it's yours," and tried to put it in a museum. The guy is the perfect sidekick. He was with Cap to the
Time's up.
end.
So you're specifically choosing Sam Wilson as played by Anthony Mackie.
Yes, sir.
And Todd, you're specifically choosing comic Rhodey.
That's correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make that distinction. Colin, go right ahead with yours.
The first and best sidekick is Robin. The best Robin is Tim Drake. The best sidekick is Tim Drake. QED.
QED.
Quod erat demonstratum.
Is that
I don't
Latin?
know what that means.
It is in fact Latin.
It is Latin.
What's it mean?
It has been demonstrated.
Oh,
I mean,
It's
how
a
did you not know that?
I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
Apologize. Isn't
All
that
right,
like a
bold
dead
strategy,
antique
Cotton. Let's see
1,000-year-old
if that
language?
Pulls off.
Okay, 2 minutes. Fight it out and go.
So
First of all,
basically,
I'd
you're
like
saying
to-
Whoa.
Tim Drake doesn't want to be Batman. He wants to be Robin. Tim Drake realized that, figured out on his own that Bruce Wayne was Batman, figured out that Robin had died, went to him and said, "You need a Robin," and volunteered for the job. That's a sidekick. And he doesn't want to be Batman. He doesn't want to have the shield passed to him. He doesn't want to wear the armor. And he didn't actually raise Bruce Wayne. Those are not sidekicks.
I
Those are
think so.
partners.
Is anybody else going to get a chance
sidekick
here, or is he
is
just
not
going
a
to try and
partner.
I know.
hoard the
He's
whole
the
argument?
difference.
I'd like
So-
to. I'd like to.
Todd, you're
point of
basically
order.
saying that Rhodey was Iron Man, so he wasn't a sidekick to anybody. Didn't help Iron Man
But-
do anything.
but
However,
when he-
became Iron Man in
when
his
he
stead
became Iron
while
Man,
Tony Stark was a
he
drunk.
didn't let anyone
That's not a
know
sidekick.
that he
That's
was Iron
actually
Man.
becoming the other
We're just
person.
very
But,
bossy.
but
He
your
tried
whole
to
thing
take
was about
over
your
a
guy
lot.
becoming the other person.
No. He
Exactly.
was handed the shield. He did everything that Cap
Yeah.
asked him to do. Stayed stuck by
No, no,
him
no.
until the very end.
Rhodey
And when
is
was
so
given the shield,
selfless.
he took the
He
shield and put it in
continues
the
to act
Smithsonian
as if
and was
Tony
stabbed
were
in the
in the
back
armor.
by some dirtbag
A
politician.
partner is not a sidekick. You guys all have partners.
No.
Robin is a sidekick.
Oh, I would argue that.
Nah.
Listen,
I mean, it's
First
your
of all,
point, but-
first of all, I don't like the way you say sidekick. We prefer hero support. So
Who did
I'd
Shannon pick
appreciate it
again?
if you check your crown on.
Who was
It
it
would
that
be
Shannon
Alfred
picked?
Pennyworth. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Mike
that's right, the
Cain's
butler.
sister,
The point
Michael
the point of
Caine.
Second.
kids sidekicks is is for children who read comics to see themselves in the comics. That's what Robin was there for, and to provide that balance, dark and light, which is what Tim Drake realized
Yeah.
Batman needed.
But
He went
but
to him and he became
there's that inherent
best Robin.
less than. There's that
Yeah.
inherent less than. And
That's
Rhodey
true.
is the one.
Anthony
10
Mackie
seconds.
became
Acts as
Captain
if
America
he's Tony,
after Captain America
never
decided
lets
that he
anyone
didn't want
know.
it
Tim
anymore.
Drake took
didn't
down the
ask for it,
Joker by
Didn't do it
himself.
for any
Yeah,
awards.
but he
Time's
didn't.
up. Time's up.
Robin.
Time's up.
Time's up.
I think-
All right.
I-
Shush. I want Todd to say what he just said again with no one interrupting, then Chuck, then Colin, because those were all really, but I couldn't make it all out. So go ahead, Todd. What did you say?
Rhodey is so selfless when he steps in Tony's place to preserve Tony's legacy and protect him. He doesn't let anyone know that it's not Tony. The Avengers are shocked when they see a black hand under the armor.
Oh, okay. All right. Chuck?
Falcon doesn't want to be Captain America. Falcon runs into Captain America and accidentally, on an accidental chance meeting. Captain America goes to him and asks for his help. He said, doesn't even ask for his help. He offers it. He says, look, Captain America says, like, look, you've already done your time. You're a counselor to guys with PTSD. I can't ask you to do that. He literally said, Captain America asked for my help. I have to do it. That makes him a sidekick. The man is selfless. He's doing it because Captain America asked him to do it, and he's got the skill set to do it. And when he was handed the shield, he said it feels like somebody else's, and he gave it away specifically to be a showpiece and only took it back when it was used for bad purposes. He doesn't want it. He's not doing it for show. He doesn't want his face in the papers. He's doing it for America and for Captain America. He is the epitome of what Captain America stands for without the super soldier serum.
You said all that.
Kind of did.
Bits and pieces of it. There was a little extra sauce he added onto it. A little extra Boston sauce. Shannon,
Wait. I thought I was going to get to say my thing.
Oh, go ahead,
Just
Colin.
kicking me out.
Well,
It's all
I'm just kicking her out. I mean,
Okay, cool.
in
Yeah.
case you didn't already know this, because
No, I
very-
figured. Yeah.
It's a very
Because Shannon-
I read the virtual room. I'm
ahead,
just
Colin.
off of Todd's thing about the inherent less than. I just want to point out that in, I believe, his second solo miniseries, Tim Drake takes down the Joker all by himself, but as Robin. He doesn't have to become Batman to do it.
Is this when he lives in Hawaii? Is this King Shark?
No,
time,
you
or-
think of Superboy. Superboy lived in Hawaii.
Oh, that's right. Superboy was in Hawaii with King Shark. That's right.
Yeah.
And
And
um,
there's a T-shirt.
I know. I want the action figure is what I want.
Oh, you'll get it.
Cute little guy. So Shannon, you're out because, like Colin said, he raised Batman. He's not his sidekick.
I didn't get this question. I'm sorry. This was a very hard. You made it hard in
Shannon,
the beginning. And then
as the kids say on Twitter right now, Shannon did not understand the assignment. Man, Chuck, you kind of kneecapped yourself with the reluctance to be, he's there for him, but when Cap hands him the shield, he wants him to be there for him because he's, spoiler for Endgame, a 90-year-old man. So he needs an actual 90-year-old man. So he needs someone to take up the mantle. And Sam not doing that, even though you said that he's like, oh, when Captain America asks for my help, I do it. He fails his not sidekick, but his whatever that would be, his hero. And Colin, yes, Robin is Tim Drake is the best Robin. But Todd, you're right. Rhodey in the comics. If you had gone with Rhodey in the MCU, you would have been out, because Rhodey in the MCU becomes a side character and not even like he's there for comic relief more than anything. It was so weird in Falcon the Winter Soldier that he got that dramatic scene with Sam. I was like, oh, right. He's a dramatic actor. He seems like becoming there as a quipper up until that point. So that being said, Todd, you win the point.
All right.
And that being said, also, we are, as was just suggested in the chat, we're going to take a quick bio break. And during this, you can hear about some of the other shows on the Night Shift Radio Network. Hello, I'm Casey Ryan.
And I'm Colin Ryan.
And we're here to tell you about the new podcast coming to the Night Shift Radio Network.
It's something two white cishet dudes have never covered.
Star Trek.
But here's the twist.
The omnipotent God is actually a malfunctioning robot?
No, well, maybe. But the real twist is we roped our mom into it.
That's me.
Hi,
Hi, Mom.
Mom.
In the monthly podcast, we will cover all the Trek movies from the motion picture to beyond.
Our lifelong love of Trek comes from being introduced to it by our mom at a very young age.
But that's a story for the podcast.
Look at you, Mom. You're a natural.
That's why I'm the Admiral.
So join us September 8th for our monthly podcast, Where No Mom Has Gone Before.
Available on the Night Shift Radio Network, wherever in subspace you catch your podcasts.
Now, which one is the one with the whales?
4. And we're back. We have all deposited bio, and we are ready for
Wait. Beer update.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
You-
hey, from Central New York. Yeah,
From Central New York, like
Oh,
3/5 of the call.
that's right.
it's true.
Do you know what my beer
4/5
update
of
is?
the
Sorry,
call.
Michael. 4/6,
I went with the Sam Summer because I'm
also
still your cousin
known
from
as
Boston.
2/3. If you want to get fancy.
Oh my God. What? We have lost all semblance. Okay.
My
On
beer
that,
update is that my mom is drinking it.
does
What-
she like
has
it?
yeah, how has she
She's like,
weighed in?
Shannon, this is not that bad. It's very good.
She's right. I love it. Okay.
Mama Tompkins, totally
She's
right.
been waiting to open it for a couple of days.
So, a long time ago, on our five
Galaxy
timers.
far, far away.
No, nope.
When the earth was green.
You all suck. Todd and Chuck, you just suck preemptively because I knew you had quips in there too.
The
So,
audacity.
where's the lie though?
Well,
I don't even know what we're talking about. What did I
Okay.
say?
Beat behind.
Shh, you're drinking. You're fine.
Chuck, I can't wait to come see you in 2 weeks.
I know that's gonna be so cool.
Is
for you.
it 2 weeks?
Well, you know, three, because we, yeah.
Are you
Carry
down there
this-
the same time I'm
Carry
in
the 7.
Disney?
I don't know. We'll have to. I'll shoot you a message offline.
Yeah, don't talk about that now. don't
Sorry, I'm
don't
sorry.
say dates because
That's right. That's right.
People will stalk
Okay.
us.
okay, everyone shut the fuck up. So long time ago on our group chat, I asked you all what your favorite movie was. And I said it was for Nerd Debate, and I didn't say what it was for. And then you all got this question. And so that's why the final question of the evening is Muppetize your favorite movie. So replace
So
the
what's
live
our,
action
what's
actors.
our time limit here?
We're gonna do.
I think we really need more than 30 seconds.
Yeah,
2
yeah,
minutes. Yeah.
2 minutes because I know.
Two? No, we need more than
No,
two.
it's got to be like 3 or 5.
Yeah,
then-
5 sounds reasonable.
5 if you can do it for less,
Yeah.
you get my respect. I don't know.
Casting here. We got to do some casting.
All right, so that leads us to Miss Shannon Ann Tompkins.
I mean, I've got pictures.
Well, send to somebody else. You didn't send them to me though.
I sent you
Oh,
I
I
sent you the
sent-
pictures.
Web
Oh,
of
yes, I
lies.
did. A long
Casey,
time
you're
ago.
having some email issues.
You've been guilty of losing some emails on this one. I'm just saying.
Well, Shannon's not winning this. I can tell you that right now. All right, go ahead,
If I
Shannon.
wasn't gonna say it, if I didn't say it, Colin was gonna say it. All right.
This is true. He already did
I-
actually.
I chose the Shawshank Redemption. And okay, you ready?
Go.
Hopefully you know all these characters. I assume you do. Okay, so the Tim Robbins character, Andy Dufresne, is being played by Kermit, of course. And the Morgan Freeman character, Red Reddington, is being played by, it's kind of an obscure Muppet. He was, he had his own TV show. His name is Clifford. It's this guy right here.
He was on Muppets Tonight.
Yeah, but well, I know, but you know that, but because you're a really avid Muppet fan, but not everybody else knows.
It's true.
All right. Haywood, who's like one of the more prominent prisoners there, is going to be Oscar the Grouch. Tommy, who's like the young prisoner that kind of comes in later, and it's the guy that
Skill Bellows, right?
yes. Oh wow, Casey, yes. Gil Bellows is going to be Walter, who's like one of the newest Muppets that has just come recently along.
So you're
And-
killing Walter. Got it. Okay.
I know Walter's gonna die. Listen, this gets ugly. This is gonna get really ugly. I'm sorry.
Well, the next
But
one.
We've all
gonna
seen
get-
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
gonna get real R-rated
Several
here.
times.
I get a little bit. This gets a little naughty. Okay. Brooks, played by James Whitmore, is gonna be a Muppet. His name is Pops. And
Mhm.
yes, we know what Pops is. Does everybody know what
Yeah,
Pops
he's
is?
a concession. He's got a green nose, white hair, no eyes.
Do you want me to show you who it is?
Yeah, show the picture.
Just in case Chuck doesn't know who we're talking about.
Wow, singling
Sorry,
you
I'm
out,
just
Chuck.
saying,
I didn't know
Bullshit.
this was show and tell.
You better.
Anytime now, Shannon.
Working on it. Can you see him?
He runs the Happiness Hotel in
The Happiness Hotel from
Great Muppet Caper.
Great Muppet Caper. Okay. And then the rest of the guys that all are, the other random prisoners who are like Skeet, Jigger, Floyd, Snooze, and Ernie are going to be played by the Electric Mayhem minus Janice, obviously. So Dr. Teeth, Animal, Floyd Pepper is going to be playing Floyd, obviously, and
Clearly.
Zoot and Lips. Ward and Norton, played by Bob Gunton. I want Waldorf and Statler to play just the Warden because
Can you
usually
have
they
both?
Yeah,
gotta
because they play Jacob and Bob Marley in
Yeah.
Christmas Carol. So
they
I
play
love
like
it.
they usually tend to play like they split themselves and they play like one character. The Captain Hadley, that really beastly awful
Clancy Brown.
The amazing
Brown,
Clancy,
thank you.
the Kurgan.
yeah, is gonna be
Mr.
Sam
Krabs.
Eagle. It's gonna be Sam Eagle. I know. There's two like sort of inept guards. Sorry, what? You all right, Chuck?
You said Sam the Eagle as
as
He's very
As the
serious.
murderous prison guard.
But he's really
okay. I'm going to
Listen.
wait. I'm going to wait.
very serious.
Hold on. I have to mute.
Serious
Just so
part.
we know, I am pausing when other people interrupt, but let's try to let her
Thank you,
finish her
Michael.
5 and
Thank
we
you.
can talk later.
Okay, thanks, Michael. Sorry.
Thanks, Michael.
Go ahead.
There's two like sort of inept guards, Ned Bellamy and Don McManus, and they have oh gosh, what are their names? There's gonna be Gonzo and Rizzo. They like one of them gets locked in the bathroom at one point. That's those two guys. Then we have Boggs and the like his two henchmen. They call them the sisters, and they're like going around raping Andy Dufresne a lot. So Boggs is going to be Grover, and the two henchmen are going to be Bert and Ernie.
You're gonna make Grover rape Kermit the Frog.
He's kind of got the, I don't know, he's got a voice, and then Bert and Ernie are going to be his two buddies. Listen, I told you this was going down a road here.
All right.
Colin. I know.
Finish it out. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I
sorry,
interrupted.
Okay, sorry. Then there is Elmo Bath, who's like the real killer that you run into later down the road. That's going to be Pepe the shrimp, the king prong, and Pepe the king prong. That's going to be him. And then the fat ass that comes in the beginning, who kind of gets killed right away. He's like the new fish that comes right in the beginning. That's going to be Fozzie Bear. And then the picture of Rita Hayworth on the wall is going to be Miss Piggy.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes.
Okay. That being said,
Listen.
Todd, go ahead with yours.
So I just want to say,
It's
right
just
off-
going to get worse.
yeah, I just want to say off the bat, I have a feeling this is going to be one of those answers. I want to see all of these movies because I'll say this right now. I want to see the Muppet Shank Redemption. I want to see it. Yeah. Okay. But listen,
This is the best
favorite movie's a
question
hard
ever.
category, hard question, right? Because like, how do you get like one favorite movie? But one of my favorite movies is the amazing genre shifting From Dusk Till Dawn. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And here's how I've recast some of the key roles. So the key relationship in From Dusk Till Dawn, of course, are the two Gecko brothers, Seth Gecko, portrayed by George Clooney, and Richard Gecko, portrayed by Quentin Tarantino. Of course, as we Muppetize this movie, this central relationship keeps that fearsome duo together, and we have Ernie as Seth, the George Clooney role, and Bert as Richard, the Quentin Tarantino role. So we've got that dynamic working throughout the whole movie. Now, of course, as the brothers on the run from the law make their way to a motel in Texas, they meet up with a preacher and his two children, one biological, one adopted. That preacher, Jacob Fuller, played by Harvey Keitel, will now, of course, be played by Kermit the Frog, bringing all of the gravity that Kermit brings to every role. His two children, Kate Fuller and Scott Fuller, played by Juliette Lewis and Ernest Liu, are substituted. Kate will be played by the thin, waifish, non-sex symbol Janice in the perfect role. And as the adopted son, Scott, played by Ernest Liu in the movie, he will be played by Scooter, of course, in the protege-son relationship that is so inherent in the Muppet Show between Kermit and Scooter. Now, as they enter the titty twister and the stage show begins, the ultimate vamp who transforms literally into the vamp, Santanico, played in the movie, of course, by the amazing Selma Hayek. Yes, please. is portrayed by the one and only vamp in the Muppet universe. Of course, that is Miss Piggy, clearly. Now, there's the wonderful Cheech Marin plays a number of roles in the movie. He plays a border guard who inspects Jacob's RV as they're trying to cross the border. He plays Chet Pussy, who is screening guests before they enter the titty twister. And of course, Cablos, the drug lord at the end. Cheech Marin, the wonderful actor. Of course, we're not doing a vampire movie without the Count. And so, of course, the Count will replace Cheech in all these roles. And finally, a big bad. He's the bartender in the titty twister, and he transforms into a ferocious vampire. The amazing Danny Trejo as Razor Charlie will be replaced by the one and only Cookie Monster. And that's a movie I want to see.
God, this question's so fun. It's just so stupid. Okay, Chuck, go ahead.
All right. As you guys know, I picked Jaws. It was a toss-up between Jaws and Rocky. And had I known we were going to Muppetize these people, I would have gone with Rocky. Because why not? But anyways, so going in the actual order that they had them listed in IMDb as the judge requested, I have Quint first, Statler. He's actually the tall one. Of course, it's been so long since I've seen a Muppet movie, I forget that the Statler and Waldorf, thank you, actually always play the same guy. However, the reason why they are Quint is because it's a fitting match. They're both old, smart-ass guys that do nothing but shit on people. They don't care. That's Quint. In a nutshell, if they had a can of Narragansett up there, they'd probably crush it and throw it at the fans too. Hooper, I have Scooter. I mean, really? It's a no-brainer. They're essentially the same person. They both are the glue that holds their respective missions together. Scooter is obviously the stage manager, makes sure that the Muppet Show goes as it's supposed to. Hooper really is the only guy that's keeping a straight head when they're on the boat. Everybody else is just going batshit crazy. In Muppet Babies, Scooter was actually cast as a brainy child, and Hooper is a biologist, i.e. they're both nerds. Chief Brody is Sam the Eagle. Sam the Eagle does not just randomly kill people, Shannon. Sam the Eagle is the patriotic, stoic guy of the Muppets. I associate them because they are both symbols of truth and justice. And the American way. Sam's very patriotic, idealistic, wants to fix the show. Always thinks that the show is just aiming for the bottom level of people, is just doing anything they can to get a joke. He doesn't like it. Chief Brody is trying to be loyal to the citizens of Martha's Vineyard. Amity Island, and he's wanting to fix the Count of the Shock problem. It's they're both very underappreciated, and neither of them obviously are taken seriously until the shit hits the fan. Mrs. Brody is Miss Piggy. This to me, if you think of the scene when Ellen Brody and Martin are actually at the house, they're talking. Some of the stuff has actually gone down. Michael is down at his boat that they gave him as a birthday present, which is docked. And the chief is like, "Hey, get out of the boat, Michael. I want you off the boat. Get out of the water." Ellen's like, "He's not in the water, Martin. He's on a boat." And then she looks at the book and she sees that there's a shark going through a boat. And she's like, "Out of the water now!" Yes, that is all straight up Miss Piggy. You heard your father. I mean, come on. Anyways, the mayor is Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, because let's face it, neither of them know what the fuck they are doing. The mayor is an idiot. Just a straight out idiot. The mayor's assistant, Meadows, he is Beaker. Please see my previous response to not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Both of them. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's a shame. Hendricks, who, as you know, is Brody's sergeant, next guy in line. He is Rolf the dog. Great deadpan humor. Have Chrissy do the printing. Well, what's wrong with my printing? Have Chrissy do the printing. Great deadpan humor. Says it straight with no problem. What's wrong with my printing? Apart from them finding the remains of Christy, he doesn't get flustered very easy. Comes off as very easygoing. That's just straight Rolf the dog. Lets everything slide. He's a very happy-go-lucky guy. For Chrissy, I have Janice. Janice is I was actually surprised, first of all, that Christy was as high up on the list, but her scene basically sets the tone for the rest of the movie. It's a very powerful scene. Janice is a flower child of the 70s. Christy oozes 70s flower child. Beach, fire, booze, skinny dipping, sex. Really? Do I need to go any further with this? They are the one and the same person, minus the guitar. So there you have it. Game, set, match.
Okay. I got some
watch
questions.
that movie.
Yeah, I got some questions before we start. Actually,
Before we start, what?
Before you guys start. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Could I
Colin.
talk
You
about
guys-
my
You should really let your
I'm
brother have a
sorry,
chance
Colin.
at winning this thing.
I'm terribly
It's
sorry.
only
Colin.
fair.
Okay.
Unless he picks Batman.
No,
He did not. Remember,
Good.
it's
No.
his favorite movie, not mine.
This took a century for him to pick a movie. Remember?
It also took him a while to get me the information, but it's because Colin has visuals. Michael, could you share that?
I've got it here. I can share screen. Oh,
well, Lottie
Disable
fucking da to
previously.
you.
Oh, can you re-enable screen sharing for me?
I thought he didn't know how to use Zoom.
Don't know if I can.
Oh, because I sent it as I sent you a PDF, but I've got it here where I can scroll through.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh,
Just saw Colin's actual name. Yeah, there it is. This year's winner. Wow, Colin. Wow.
So, A Muppet Midwinter's Tale. Midwinter's Tale, also known as In the Bleak Midwinter, is a Kenneth Branagh film. I'm not sure how many of you have seen it, so I thought I'd take a moment here and share a little more detail so that you know how the Muppets slot into it. One of the things that I think makes it great as a Muppet movie is that it is a zany, fast-paced, but ultimately heartwarming backstage theater comedy in which no one is, let me check my notes, eaten or raped. So, A Muppet Midwinter's Tale. Joe Harper, originally played by Michael Maloney, will be Muppet played by Kermit the Frog. Joe is the actor, director, producer, star of a production of Hamlet starring about 8 people in a church at Christmas. He is having a nervous breakdown and trying to prevent it by playing Hamlet. Nina Raymond, originally played by Julia Sawala and Muppet played by Wanda, is the sweet and talented yet completely clumsy and half blind woman playing Ophelia. She and Joe have a showmance. I don't know if you remember Wanda. She was a early Muppet Show character who bumped into things quite a bit. Tom Newman, originally played by Nicholas Farrell, is Muppet played by Link Hogthrob, excuse me. Tom is the ultimate pretentious actor, very handsome, very dim, and very convinced that you should really spend a year in France if you want to play Laertes, who goes to France off stage in the play. Molly Harper, who is Joe's sister and is serving as the all-purpose stage manager gopher type, will be originally played by Hedda Charnley, will be Muppet played by Prairie Dawn. Sweet, innocent, actually steps in and plays the role of Hamlet when Joe is tempted to take a large Hollywood science fiction picture. Carnforth Greville, a utility player who plays both Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, is a neurotic, alcoholic, middlingly talented, middle-aged actor, and he will be Muppet played by Telly Monster. Nancy Crawford, American film producer, originally played by AbFab's own Jennifer Saunders, will be Muppet played by Janice. Nancy Crawford is from California and speaks with a British comedian's idea of a California accent, which sounds basically exactly like Janice. Vernon Spatch, former child star and mild neurotic, originally played by Mark Hadfield, who spends all of his time when not in the role rehearsing, trying to get people to actually come see the show, and will be Muppet played by Gonzo the Great. Henry Wakefield, originally played by the late great Richard Briers, will be Muppet played by Statler. Henry is a been in the business for 1,000 years, is your perfect grumpy old man character actor. And he has a lot of feelings about the fact that as he plays Claudius, his Gertrude will be played by Terry Dubois, early middle-aged drag queen, originally played by great John Sessions, Muppet played by Waldorf. So we've got Waldorf and Statler together. These two form a really heartwarming bond after initially clashing. Fadge, just Fadge, no surname, the designer of the entire shebang, originally played by Celia Imrie, is just completely insanely intensely daft and will be Muppet played by obscure early Muppet Zelda Rose. And the pièce de résistance, Margaretta Darcy, originally played by Joan Collins, will be Muppet played by Miss Piggy. I will just say that again, a role originally played by Joan Collins will be played by Miss Piggy. It's Kismet. Thank you for joining my PowerPoint.
All right. Visuals aside, I've got a couple questions. I'm going to start backwards. Colin,
Yeah.
why didn't for the nearly blind character? Why didn't you choose Blind Pew from Muppet Treasure Island? He's blind. Remember him?
Because it's a woman.
Doesn't so? You've got Statler and oh well, no, you don't.
No.
All right. Fine.
Nobody is cross-gendered.
That's true. Okay, that's fair. Hey, Chuck, who's playing the shark?
Yeah.
Well, animal, obviously. Animal. I mean, come on.
I would have accepted that or Sweetums.
Sweetums would have been
Sweetums,
perfect.
yeah.
Sweetums would actually do it also, but Sweetums is so like, I mean, he reminds me of what's his face on Taxi, Doc. You know, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of
Yep.
so Animal is a little bit more crazy, spastic, but yeah.
Shannon, why do you hate the Muppets? Why are you making them commit suicide and rape each other?
No, listen, I feel like this bad about it. I do.
You
Well,
made
wait
a minute.
Sam the Eagle a cold-blooded murderer.
Again, we should make sure the
complete
audience knows.
opposite.
Casey sets us up.
Uh-huh.
The,
You
the
totally-
question gets
totally
asked,
set us up.
what's your favorite movie?
I do
Now,
love this question. Though.
If
Yeah,
those of us who've been down this road a couple of times, of course, are suspicious, but we don't know where it's going.
I
So
was
we
the
give
same.
our answer, and then we have to Muppetize.
I thought he'd make us all switch at the last second, and we'd have
You
to
mean,
argue why
like,
the other person's
what's
movie
the
was
worst Star
better
Wars movie? Is that what you
Dude,
mean?
that
Yeah,
was a
we're still
great-
pissed over that.
That was a great swerve.
Shut
Who
up,
won
Chuck.
that? Who won that one?
I
Not
Not
me.
a fucking clue.
I
It
did.
might have
Chuck,
been me.
Chuck won it.
No, I won that because I
Chuck
picked
won.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah. Todd,
Yes.
what was my question to you?
When can I see this movie?
Why is he
As
here?
Soon as
No,
get
I don't
the
want to
money.
hear the count say all those different types of P words.
Yes, you do.
No,
Listen,
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
Yes,
I
you do.
Will he
don't.
count each one as
Or
he
will
does
he
the
go?
Or
One
after every
synonym
statement,
for
go,
pussy.
one euphemism for the female
Two
genitalia?
The movie would now be
synonyms
4
for
hours
pussy.
long.
For the female genitalia.
Yeah, I was thinking after each one he would do the Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Nobody got
I'm
time for
watching that
that.
movie. Yeah.
And, Mike, okay. Can each one of you give me a line reading as one of your characters in your best imitation of that voice? If anyone's got it, just go ahead. Chuck, you seem like you're ready.
I already did it. Michael, you heard what your father said. Out of the water now. No.
That's your best Miss Piggy?
Oh, you actually want Miss Piggy?
Yeah, I
or you-
want yeah.
All right, well, you're going to have to give me a second. I got to
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. Somebody else go ahead.
Don't all jump in at once.
I have one.
Nobody
Okay.
actually has lines. I think
Go ahead.
This is already a problem.
So
It's your favorite movie. You should
late
know.
in the movie, played by Janice, originally played by Jennifer Saunders, she says, bigger is better. Muscles.
Okay. Very good.
Okay,
Who's
I've got one. All right.
Oh God, I'm so scared.
So Kermit the Frog,
Oh,
as originally portrayed by Harvey Keitel, but playing the role of Jacob Fuller, the disillusioned preacher, says, "Oh, I just had it." Every person who chooses the service of God as his life's work has something in common. I don't care if you're a preacher, a priest, a nun, a rabbi, or a Buddhist monk. Many, many times during your life, you will look at your reflection in a mirror and ask yourself, am I a fool? I'm not going through a lapse. What I've experienced is closer to awakening.
So your Kermit the Frog kind of started going into
Listen, wait a minute. That's my Kermit. That's what I got.
No. I'm just saying it sounded like from UHF. Well, call me Mr. Butterfingers.
I hear you. I thank you for the note.
Motherfucker. With I hear you. Okay, Shannon, Chuck, who's next?
I can't do a very good Kermit, but that's all I'm gonna be able to do.
Oh,
You
boy.
ready? It's not gonna be a very good Kermit.
Go for it.
How can you?
This
be
is
so
just for fun.
obtuse? How
Go
can
ahead.
you be so obtuse? That's
That
all
was
I got.
Kermit.
I told you I can't do Kermit, but it was a really short line. Do you know the quote?
Yes, I do.
All right, thanks. That's all I
All
got.
right, and Chuckles, what you got? Oh boy.
Well, I got to get my voice kind of high. I haven't done this in a while.
You got to get away from your mic a little bit more.
I'm not going to yell because Miss Piggy really doesn't. Miss Piggy really doesn't yell. Michael, you hurt your father. Out of the water. Out of the water now. No.
Oh my God. That's the best ever.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh God.
Well, you said that it didn't matter, but oh man, that one.
It may matter. It may matter.
Uh,
Shannon, I know I set you up by saying Shawshank, but I don't ever want to see this movie.
No.
Ever. Same with Todd. I don't want to hear Janice turn to who was it? Wait a minute, I got it right here. Janice turned to Bert and say, "Hey man, would you like to do me a favor and eat out my pussy?" I don't want it.
no, but you
I
want to
wanna
hear Kermit
fucking
say,
hear it.
"I'm a mean servant of God."
Frog here.
I also don't want to hear Ernie drop the F word, not fuck the other one.
Damn, I should have done Lord of the Rings.
You should have, but you didn't. So, Colin, PowerPoint presentation, fantastic, wonderful.
Yeah.
My only problem is, and I'd never seen this movie, and I watched it because you shared.
Isn't it a great movie? Isn't it a great movie?
It's great. The problem is, it's literally just a Muppet movie with
I
humor.
know it's a perfect movie for the Muppets to do.
But it's already a Muppet movie just with humans.
Well, wait a minute.
But you didn't know. You didn't know. That's fair. That's fair. But you also had like, I don't know, 25 movies you wanted to choose from.
No, it was a tight 12.
Honestly, the only one of these four that I want to see Jaws. I want to see Statler say, "Hooper drives the boat, Chief." Oh! You know, that's what I want to hear. Oh, look at! Oh no! So that
You want to see him do the whole monologue, but
you know, the Indianapolis monologue. But at the end, it's all serious. He just has to go again to get him out of it.
That voice I could have done.
So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck wins the point, and Nerd Debate 3.
The kid from Boston.
The kid from Boston.
Your cousin
wins.
from Boston.
So, TSPHC Army, I can't remember because it feels like it was like 3 hours ago.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't even like 2 hours ago.
The prize for this year is the winner gets to choose what opens season 5, as we discussed at the end of season 4.
Can't be Jaws.
No, we already,
we already did that.
Yeah, we already did it.
So it can't be Jaws. It can't be Jaws.
It's got to be something from the helmet. So, Chuckles, what you got for us?
I went with Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Ooh. I'm okay with that.
I'm
okay with
that too.
I checked. I tried to make
Nothing's
sure
good.
that it wasn't skipping any
No, because we're
other-
making that the
Perfect,
beginning. Yeah, because we discussed
So
it
I-
during
Good
Zack
opener.
Snyder's Justice
Oh,
League.
because the individual characters' solo films represent direct sequels to each other. Is that what you're saying now?
No, no,
2
no,
hours
no. I
later.
know that the way they're doing the
Oh,
DC
Colin,
universe
sorry,
and
you're
the
cutting
Marvel
out there. I didn't quite hear what you said. So join us in September for that
Yeah.
episode of the Superpod HeroCast Season 5. That leads us to my favorite part, plugs. Who wants to be vain and say something great about themselves?
None of us are vain. at
Well, hey,
all.
who else? What were the other movies? What did you guys have for your
Oh.
movies if you won?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a great question.
Okay.
That's a great question. What you got?
I had Big Hero 6.
Ooh.
Ooh, good one.
Yes. well,
On?
You know.
I was either gonna wing it or like make my pitch again about how you all should put Buffy in there.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
On, I'm sorry.
It really does
Uh,
need to be in there.
once again, his
Tom-
mic's
wait,
cutting
wait,
out.
Michael,
It's
Michael,
weird.
you're technically their boss.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there any
motherfucker.
good reason that
Is
Buffy the Vampire
definitely
Slayer
not
should
the
not
case.
be in there?
I am not taking responsibility for this podcast
Yeah.
in any way.
He's
Take
gonna play
Puma Man
Switzerland.
Wait a minute. We
There's
barely
no
take
way it's not a
responsibility for this
superhero movie.
podcast.
Well, I'm sure it's no surprise. I was going to continue
Of
advance
course,
the ball
Ultron, right?
on the MCU. Of course, Age of Ultron,
Which is why I
a-
didn't pick
which is
Ultron
a
because
wonderful
I didn't want
MCU
you
movie.
to
Wait a
walk
minute.
out of here going, "That was the movie I was gonna pick." I'm so
Wait.
excited.
Wait,
No, I didn't want that at
Todd,
all.
why do you hate me?
Yeah, listen.
Oh, Ultron's fine.
Ultron.
Yeah, I like
Garbage.
Ultron.
It's a
I
great
love
movie.
Ultron.
It's a great movie.
I love Ultron. Oh, you stop it, Keith.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do some plugs. Shannon, let's go in order of who was presenting. Shannon, you go ahead first. What you got for us?
Currently I'm not really keeping up with the blog, so you can follow me on Twitter when I feel like saying something about the podcast at movies more or less. Is there a .com on Twitter?
Nope.
Just movies more or less.
Thanks for being the resident old in our group. Not knowing how technology
You
works.
it's just because it's very late.
Oh, okay.
Movies more or less on Twitter. Thanks.
Thank you. Todd, what you got?
Yeah. Listen, if you're here, you know who I am. I'll see you in season 5 with Wonder Woman.
Okay, there you go. Chuck.
Instagram is the best one for me. You can get me at Chucker413.
Okay.
I am at Role of Colin Ryan on Twitter. That's really the only social media I'm on. But my plug is that if you haven't seen it, you should go see A Midwinter's Tale, also known as In the Bleak Midwinter. Unfortunately, it's never come out on DVD officially, though you can order it through the print-on-demand DVD service at the Warner Archives for a very reasonable price. But it is available in glorious standard definition on. Yeah, I mean, really,
Hey,
like
kids.
basically, it looks like a
Standard definition.
VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
sure
for
does.
years had this movie on a taped VHS that I actually was given to me when I was doing summer theater with your wife.
You're kidding.
Oh,
Yeah. In like
How old is
2000. The movie is
Wow.
from 1996 or 7.
Okay.
This is pre him doing
it's,
Hamlet.
It's the
right?
movie he made right before he made his Hamlet.
Yeah.
And it's
95.
It's,
How did you
It's a
change your name
35.
to Watch A Midwinter's Tale? How'd you do that?
I did.
Never mind, Chuck.
Internet magic.
No.
But it's great. But you can get it on I think it's on Prime Video and a few other streaming things at a very reasonable
Okay.
rate. It is a just
You make a
delightful
compelling case.
comedy that I will
I love the
absolutely
show within a
evangelize
show.
for it.
It's very
Oh yeah,
fun.
it's a shame that I got a little surprised by the quote thing, because oh my god, it is the most eminently quotable movie, and if you get enough actors who've seen it drinking, you will hear a lot of quotes from it. I used to make everybody, whenever I did a Shakespeare play, I made everybody have a
We do a live reading
Nice.
of it.
watch it. Oh god, you should. I mean, it's just such a funny movie.
It's
Yeah,
very,
anyway.
very, very funny. Very
Check it out.
fast,
Yeah, you're right. You had never seen it before, right, Casey?
Nope. No, it was the
Yeah.
only one of the 4 favorite movies I hadn't seen. So I'm like, hey, I need to watch this so I can understand everything that's going on.
Yeah,
I did
it's
my
just-
homework,
it's-
people.
I mean, it's quotable, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
In a week, we've covered the whole play in shit.
Oh.
So, much like Todd, I'm going to say, if you're here, you know who I am. You don't need to know my socials. However, for the podcast, we are on Twitter at TSPHC Tweets, on Instagram at SuperPodHeroCast. You can also email us at superpodherocast@gmail.com because
Only Cap writes letters.
Tony. We also, two of us have a very special announcement. Colin and I, with our mother, are doing a podcast, specifically a Star Trek movie rewatch podcast called Where No Mom
Has Gone Before. I thought we would do it together.
I
But
cannot
you
wait
can't
to
do it
see this.
together on Skype because you were like a beat and a half behind me. So yeah, that's going to premiere September 8th. We are obviously starting with a movie that was mentioned during this, Star Trek The Motion Picture.
But important to mention, it's on the Night Shift Radio Network.
This is very true. If you are a non-Star Trek person, September 8th marks the 55th anniversary of Star Trek. And this will be Jesus Christ, Chuck, focus.
Well,
And this will be a monthly podcast. Once a month, these episodes will release. We are going all the way through, doing all the original movies, doing all four of the next gen, and then doing the Abrams Kelvin timeline movies.
So I've known about this project for a little while. I cannot wait to hear this. I am so excited for this.
It's been a lot of fun. I think there's some really fun stuff, and Mom is a great because we talk about it in it, but our Casey and I's relationship with Star Trek has a lot to do with Mom and her having it was a thing we all used to watch as a family. So that dynamic is really fun, and I think people will really like it. Whether or not if you love these movies, you should rewatch them and listen. If you've never seen these movies, it's a great excuse to watch a lot of really good movies and others.
Some not so greats. And like Colin said, this is going to be available here on the Night Shift Radio Network. So thank you to Michael for taking this little project and making it another Night Shift Radio original.
If you're not familiar with Night Shift Radio and you're only a SuperPod HeroCast fan, hey, Michael, can you give our listeners a little glimpse of what Night Shift offers to the universe?
Why, in fact, I can. So Night Shift Radio is a wonderful, the part of Night Shift Radio that is part of the bigger Night Shift Media Group is part of a wonderful podcast network where we currently have 6 active podcasts. We have one that goes episode by episode of the Battlestar Galactica series from 2004. We have another one that focuses on movies that might be indie or more obscure, unheard of movies called the Never Heard of It podcast. We have Left of the Dial and Left of the Dial Live. Left of the Dial is a music podcast discovering indie music and kind of pushing that to the forefront. Left of the Dial Live features those bands in a live studio produced in Philadelphia. You can watch it on YouTube and then purchase those recordings of that live show right from Bandcamp or whatever music platform you prefer. And of course, we have the Storyteller series, which is a really great series where we convert original short stories into full cast productions of audio dramas, and it's pretty fantastic. So we've got all of our shows on there, and you can head to nightshiftradio.com to find out more information. Not only can you see all of our shows, but very soon you will see Where No Mom Has Gone Before popping up on the website, and be able to learn more information and get links to prepare to subscribe. So that's where you want to head for us.
And the just point of order, the Battlestar Galactica podcast is set condition 1, right?
Yes. Yep. Set condition 1.
If you've watched Battlestar Galactica, you understand that. If you haven't, well,
watch fucking Battlestar Galactica. It's so good.
Seriously, it's an amazing show. Absolutely,
it's so good.
Yeah. So thanks everyone on NerDebate. Thanks very much for having me here. I super appreciate it, everyone.
Michael, thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
And if you want to learn more about Night Shift Radio, of course, Media NSR on Twitter is a great place to catch up with all our social media things. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you for keeping Shannon in check.
Oh,
I thought I was still on mute.
It's over. It's over.
That's it.
But Casey and I were invited to join Night Shift Radio, and could not be more thrilled to be part of this family. There is so much cool stuff happening there. It's the coolest place to be. We couldn't be happier. So, Michael, thank you on behalf of the Superpod HeroCast. We so appreciate being part of that family.
Thank you.
100%. And, I do want to point out the movie that kind of brought us all together was unfortunately Joss Whedon's Justice League.
It's true. It's true.
Oh.
We saw it all in theaters.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
Mm.
listen, the Snyder cut was good. So there you go.
No lies
Credit
there.
where, man.
Okay. So thank you for listening, or if you're on YouTube, hi, thanks for watching. And thank you for coming, all four of my contestants, to this wonderful weird thing that's been in my brain and having to come up with these odd questions.
Gets better every year.
I've
That's
already got a
right.
couple picked out for next year. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Great
So I was
job,
thinking about your
Casey.
favorite movie with Legos.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I just gotta cross.
Corey, thank you. Corey, thank you for the great idea.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that
thank
was
you,
a
Corey
good
Hopkins.
question.
Yes. Yeah. If you want to check out Corey, he does a lot of fun Disney bound stuff on Instagram, and it is. Sorry, Corey.
Is it
Hopbound Disney? Oh God, Corey, I'm so sorry.
Oh, we totally should have had
should.
that. Yep.
Well, I just thought of it on the fly.
Yep. Yep.
Somebody find
And-
it. Find it.
Who's gonna find it first?
Not me, probably.
Yes. I have no idea.
Hop Disney, no bound.
Hop Disney.
all one word. He and his wife-
And actually, he and his wife Kate do some amazing stuff with
did you come up
Disney
with a
themed
Disney
costumes.
question?
They're really cool.
We had a Disney question last year.
I know.
Jesus
Settle
Christ.
down with Disney. We've done Disney 2 years in a row.
All right. On that, thank you for coming to Nerd Debate, and
Congratulations
Yes. Oh well. Yes. Congratulations to Chuck. We'll
to our
see
new champion.
September with Wonder Woman.